I'm Miss Holli. We are going to go on a culinary journey together, exploring the garden and the kitchen and learn how to create healthy, wonderful food. We are going to explore plants and how we gather our food, how to wash it and prepare it, learn ways that we can make our food regular a little bit more healthier, and talk about the science behind it. We will learn how to compost our kitchen scraps with Miss Julie to help regenerate our soil. We will be taking some field trips to different kitchens as well as visiting different gardens and farmers markets. Each week when our videos is released, there will be a materials list available at the beginning of our cooking videos, so you know what food and equipment you will need. You will be able to prepare what we are making at home in your kitchen at your convenience during the week. Every one of you have a different level of comfort in the kitchen. Some of you have been helping in the kitchen since before you could reach the counter. Others of you may have steered away from the kitchen and don't even know the first place to start. Either way, it is important that you start your in-home cooking adventure with an adult. Begin by taking a tour of your kitchen with your adult. Learn about appliances and how to turn them on and off. What are the different settings on the blender? How do you set a kitchen timer? How do you safely pull stuff in and out of the oven? And so many more details. Because the kitchen is such a dangerous place and we're not together, let's talk about some ground rules that apply to everyone, everywhere. All of these things are going to look a little different to each of us, but your adult will help you get going. Please talk to your adult about their level of comfort with you in the kitchen. Our younger users might want to have an adult right next to them while they're cooking. Some of our older users might be okay with having an adult with them the first couple times and then with earshot going forward. Whatever it is, please talk to your adult and come up with a plan that works in your kitchen setting. Dress for success in the kitchen. You can avoid getting hurt by following a few kitchen fashion rules. Tie your hair back. You don't want to get it caught in a piece of equipment, get food in it, or worse, get hair in your food. Before you start, tie it back. If you have to adjust it while you're cooking, be sure to wash your hands again.
You want to make sure you don't get hair in your food, or else it will taste yucky.
Some people like to wear an apron in the kitchen. It's certainly not required, but it does help keep your clothes clean underneath. Make sure you don't have dangling sleeves or jewelry. Take off any scarves. Most of the time, people like to remove bracelets or large rings when in the kitchen. These tips will help keep you safe. When others are in the kitchen with you, learn to announce your presence when working around each other. You want to say behind you when walking behind them. If someone is pulling something hot off the stove or out of the oven, stop and give them the right of way. If someone is cutting in the kitchen, try not to talk to them so they can stay focused. If you make a mess, clean it up. Don't leave your messes for adults to clean up after you. Learn to clean as you go. I know that your adult will appreciate it and be more willing to let you cook if you learn to clean it up. Put away ingredients as you use them. Wipe up spills when they happen. Make sure to wipe down all counters, clean the dishes, and put everything away. When we prepare things, it might not be your favorite thing, but please try one bite. If you don't like it, you may discreetly spit it out. You don't have to make a big deal that you don't like something, but thank you for trying it. Knives are a big part of our kitchen experience. If you're in the kitchen, more likely you're going to be using a knife. We will go more in depth on how to choose the right knife for you, how to hold things when we cut. But for now, let's go through some of the basics. Let an adult know you are using a knife. Remember that they already know that you're cooking, so just make sure that they know you're handling knives too. Use the right size knife for you. There are so many different styles and knives. We want to find the right one that's the right size for you. We will talk more about this later. If your hand is on the knife, your eyes are too. Your eyes are watching what your knife is doing, not looking at your friend, not peeking at the pot on the stove, but rather watching what you are cutting. Use your knife standing. It will give you better control. You have better leverage and less of a chance cutting yourself. Cut on a solid surface. You will want to choose a solid cutting board that is firmly placed on a solid surface. Sometimes you might find it helpful to put a wet towel or paper towel under your board if it's moving around on the counter. When you are walking with a knife, hold the blade down and verbally say, "Walking with knife, walking with knife." It might be silly, but it will let others know that you have something sharp in your hands and to be extra careful around you.
Germs and keeping germs out of the kitchen is so important when you cook. One of the biggest ways to eliminate germs is to wash your hands. Wash them well and wash them often. Germs can be found in so many different places in the kitchen. On the counter, if not cleaned correctly. On tools, cutting boards, and knives, if not washed right. They can be brought on in food, and the food needs to be washed before we use it. There has been so much talk lately about how to correctly wash your hands. Make sure you use warm water. Make lots of bubbles with your soap. You want to be sure to wash for at least 20 seconds. Some people like to sing happy birthday twice. When you wash, make sure you get in between your fingers, your fingernails, and also your wrists. Then rinse away with warm water. Be sure that all of the water on your hand stays in the sink, not on the floor. Then dry your hands. Usually it's better to use a kitchen towel, but sometimes we have to use paper.
When we are in the kitchen, we need to be mindful where our hands go. Remember, we should be washing our hands when we first come into the kitchen, if we touch our hair or pick our nose or go to the bathroom, after touching messy foods like marinades or batters, and after washing dirty dishes. There are small things that you can do to help prevent spreading germs and people getting sick because of them. We have so many great restaurants and food vendors in our town that have made it a priority to use fresh fruits and vegetables. We will learn from some of our local chefs how they prepare foods based on what is seasonally available. We will tour some kitchens of your favorite eating spots, as well as see what are they cooking up.
Hey, Miss Holli, how'd your week go?
Our week was fantastic. We spent a bunch of time going around looking at different kitchens, different gardens, and learning how to stay safe in the kitchen.
Very important. I bet you covered it really well.
You know, I cannot stress it enough how important it is to have your adult close by when you're cooking. There's a lot of danger to be had in the kitchen, and we just have to be safe.
Very safe. Always safe in the kitchen and work with your adult.
What are you doing next week?
Hey, we are going to get our hands dirty and make compost and learn all about compost.
Oh, fantastic. I'll have lots of kitchen scraps for you.
Cool, that'll help me make some healthy soil for our garden.
See you next week.